I'm optimistic. I think you're moving along in the right direction. You're not hurt. You're in perfect health, and we just need, one of those little break races where all of a sudden it will click and you'll see it happen.
We got the eggs, we got the bagel, we got the coffee. It's a good morning in Connecticut. Look where we are, where it all began.
Go Warriors.
All the way on the East Coast here in Wilton, Connecticut. My workout today is 3x600 with 3-minute rest, and then maybe a fast 400 after, maybe not. We're gonna just focus on trying to speed up each 200, and we're gonna try to run, close to 130 or faster on them, but mostly just focus on nailing that third 200. Wilton's got a really nice track, so that's what matters.
I did notice, it's beautiful.
Is this the first time you've been?
No, I came last time. Remember when you did those Ks?
The Ks.
And you were so angry.
Shout out to the fall training. It's a really good block of training we got in. Just set the season up well for now. Two by two. I'll come back here, walk over there, start.
Okay.
First two.
Do what I do. You got it.
What was the point of basically just 3x600 with 3-minute rest?
Yeah, the point of that was we're still trying to get your speed down, and I wanted to get back to those 600s because I really think you need to have your 600s closer to 125 in that type of workout. So you're not quite there yet, but I think you're getting there. The point was just to get a certain comfort level at that speed. I think if you backtrack a little bit, it's been a little frustrating on my side, and I think you as well, Spence, that we came out of indoor feeling like, God, you got a great base, and I think we thought perhaps that the transition down to the 15 would go a little quicker, and I wouldn't say we stalled, but it's been a little slower than I would have hoped for. And I think that's partially because I just abandoned speed for so long. We literally for 6 months, you never touched anything even close to 60-second pace. So I think it's taken a while for your legs to sort of get back into that method of running, which is, it's different. That's all there is to it. So we've been trying to get there. It's been a little tough. I don't think, as I said, didn't go quite as quickly as I would have hoped to. I just thought your natural speed would just sort of kick in. But I think we just need to do a lot more of that type of stuff that we were working down towards. Your quarters have come down, so you're feeling more comfortable at the 60-second range, which is great, but ideally you should get to a comfort level around 55, 56. For 8 quarters, that would be, I think, then an obvious sign that you're ready to run 337 or better. You're still a little further away from that than, as I said, I hoped for. So we're just trying to taking it in steps. I'm also sensitive to the fact that when you did a lot of really fast stuff last spring, that's when you hurt yourself, and we just went backwards. So we are taking it much slower than when most people would do in this situation, but that's the rationale for it. You know, I'd rather see you, even if it's not till July or August, that you hit your number that you're looking for. Yes, you'd miss the USAs, but you'd get to where you want to be, at least looking ahead for another year. So we're trying with the 600s. They're better. They're not exactly where we want to be, but it's getting better.
All right guys, flash forward 3 days later, it's Friday now. I'm working out again, Allie's working out again. So I was happy about Tuesday's workout. Just a solid one, like getting used to doing, you know, 128, 129, 600s. Got some good pace change stuff in there, but today's gonna be a bit quicker. So we're gonna do 2x400 and like 57, 56 maybe, hopefully, with 3 minutes rest, so decent a bit of rest. And then after that, we're gonna take 2 minutes and then do 4x300 and then 4x200. Really, we're just focusing on getting everything mile pace or faster right now. Good to go.
I threw the quarters on again just to get your legs going, because you haven't run a 55-second quarter, which is sort of hard to believe. It's not like a 55-second quarter is earth-shattering or anything, but the fact is you haven't even done that in our whole season of training. And now that's, you know, it's a different approach than you took in college, where you would oftentimes do the very fast workouts. You know, like a 2-4-2, where you'd go maybe twice, and I think you'd run 53, 52 seconds on the quarters, which I think are excellent workouts. So this was just, I was afraid to try to do those too soon. I think now we're ready to sort of take a stab at some of those. So I think that's the missing gap at this point in the equation. I think if you can get some of those in, I think you should be on your way. The other thing is, looking at the races so far, the races haven't been terrific. They haven't been terrible. They haven't been great. They've been okay. That's how I would frame it. The last one was an improvement, because you're showing some burst in the last lap, and I think that's what it's all about. So, and specifically in the last 200, you have to, and then ultimately the last 150 meters, you got to get that down. And I think we have to concentrate now on a lot more pace change, where we're running 30 and trying to come back in 27 or 26, you know, where you're really forcing yourself in a workout to just burst out of there and finish fast, because that's what is really, you've got to approximate that in the workouts for the races. So I think that's where we're going to be really looking at in the next few weeks as we keep going to try to get you to where you want to be. I think you're suffering a little from lack of racing. I think you need to be in the scene a little bit more. So I think you could benefit, you know, ideally I would love to see you in an 800 race, but as you know, we're having a hard time getting you into races. It's tough when you're sort of on the outside looking in, unless you can, you know, pop a 146 in practice or something, you're not gonna get into a good race. So you need to push yourself on your own in practice and try to run a decent time trial. It's not going to necessarily get you into races, but it's going to give you the confidence, like, okay, I'm in 150 shape, I'm 149 shape, something in that area. So I know I'm good enough to run faster in the 1500. I'm not gonna lie, it's been tough as I said, from the outside getting into the races. They're unpredictable as to who's going to be in the race. You're not in a position where you can get in set up races at this point so much. The race at Icon Stadium, I think that that was a good race, but it turned out to not be a fast race. It wasn't, they didn't drag you to a great time, but it was a competitive race. So, you know, there's benefits for that. I mean, you don't need to be in a race with 3:33 guys or something like that. That's not going to do you any good either. So I think you have to take advantage of the races you can get into and run as well as you can, and ideally win those races or be darn competitive, so you're really at the line with everyone. So they're not, yes, that's a, I don't want to say it's an excuse, but yes, it's something, there's something to be said for that, but I don't want to give it too much clout, because you got to be able to do it. You know, hands down, you have to be able to do it one way or the other, and so you just got to do it. That's what it comes down to. Whatever race scenario you get into, you just have to do better. So we do that with the practicing. We keep doing the workouts, and we keep progressing. So I'm optimistic. I think you're moving along in the right direction. You're not hurt. You're in perfect health, and we just need, you know, one of those little break races where all of a sudden it will click and you'll see it happen.
Yeah, I'll film you while you're doing pull-ups. On opposites day.
Who says opposites day?
There are two of them. One is the same, one is the opposite.
Keep it rolling, eh?
Yeah, I'll keep it rolling. I kept it rolling. You thought I would go straight for the poke.
All right, 2 more sets to go.
Should I just keep it rolling?
Stop it.